Hello and Happy New Year! This is Paula Mallis, and you are, besides beautiful, inside and out.
I'm a doula. I facilitate women's circles, and I'm the founder of WMN Space.
And Women's Space is a new space that we're going to tell you guys all about. I wanted to invite Paula on You Are Complete and share her with you because she has inspired me to get in touch with the rhythms of the universe, including the moon. And I wanted to share that with you because it's been so powerful to me in manifesting my business, my health, my relationship, and all the things that I've wanted. And so thank you for doing that.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's my pleasure. And honestly, it's so amazing to sit with you today and be a part of something that you have manifested and brought out into the world. So
Thank you. Are you ready? Because now it's your time. We want to give it to you. It's for you. All right, so will you please first tell us about the cycles of the moon and why you do these circles and what's powerful about it?
So I love doing moon circles and supporting women and connecting more to the moon cycles, because as women, it's a part of our natural cycles is to connect to the moon. So
Are you talking about like our menstruation cycle?
That is correct. Our menstruation cycle, our menstrual cycles are connected to the moon.
How?
Because of just our bodies and the energies and the connection in our womb space, we're connected to the moon. So when we gather as women in circle, even some women can start to regulate their periods and start linking up together. And there were a couple of women recently who just openly shared about that their entire cycle has shifted. And mine, I used to be on the full moon, and now mine is on the new moon. So yeah, it's so wow. It's kind of like back in the day when we used to like
The Red Tent.
Exactly.
That was an amazing book, and
exactly.
I think women should get a couple days off every month because it is a time to release and to let go, and PMS is real, and it makes us feel like we want to sometimes get quiet because it's a time of reflection and of letting go of the things we don't need. And so you create that space, and yet you can still go to work the next day.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to an actual red tent. You know what's interesting is I feel like my period is kind of linked up with the moon cycle, but I can't remember what's coming up in like a week. Do we have a
full moon?
Okay, I'm synced up with the full moon. Okay.
Full moon is on Tuesday. So
I literally think I'm getting my period on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm texting
well, there
you to
you
tell
go.
you.
I can't wait to hear.
So you bring women together, and then what happens?
We come together, and when we gather on the new moon, we're really using the new moon energy to set intentions for new beginnings. So the new moon is about new beginnings. The full moon is more about letting go and releasing what no longer serves us. So when we're practicing both new moon and full moon, we're using the new moon again to plant the seeds for the things that we want to manifest, like you have so beautifully demonstrated with your work and relationships in your life. And in the full moon, it's really a time to reflect back on the intentions that we set for the new moon, and if they have not yet manifested, what do we need to release or let go of to help for the manifestation to act, for the intention to manifest. So when you really participate in this work on a regular basis, you really start to feel into the process of releasing, letting go, and then manifesting and experience a new way of being inside and out.
Wow, powerful. I have so many questions. First thing I want to ask is, when you do the full moon circle, is there like a common theme or limiting belief that you find among the women that you work with?
Oh my gosh. I think that as women, I won't say we never. I feel as women, we sometimes have a hard time allowing ourselves to live at our highest potential.
Why is that? That totally resonates with me.
I feel like culturally, society, maybe what our mothers passed down to us, other women around us, maybe not having the models that we need as young women or as children. latching on to limiting beliefs, like you said, judgments that we may have towards ourselves or others, or the idea of what it is to be a woman. And I think that really when we're using the new moon and the full moon as an opportunity to really shed these layers, then we can line up within ourselves and with whatever you want to believe in, the universe or God or spirit. We really start to line up with what it is that we're being called to be and do in the world. And so working with the moon cycles and working with intentions and letting go in this process can really help support.
Can I reveal?
Reveal.
Okay, so Paula and I were having a very healing talk right before we turned the camera on, and I had a miscarriage, last year, which is what helped me birth You Are Complete. It was a traumatic, very difficult experience, but after I had the miscarriage, I literally felt like I was on fire and had to literally birth You Are Complete. It was like I had started a year ago. I was like, I don't really want to do that. I didn't feel as called to it. And then after this miscarriage, I was like, I gotta do this. And you just helped me understand what happened, because it's been so confusing to me, because my pregnancy, I was very sick and really feeling unwell. And I was like, I thought I wanted to be pregnant. Why is this happening? And now I don't want to have children after that experience. And it feels right to me, not out of fear. It feels like I'm open and I'm empowered and I'm in myself. So will you tell them what you told me? Because it just was like the ultimate limiting belief, like that blew my mind.
Well, I feel like our time together this morning has already been so magical and guided. And what came forward for me to share with you was that maybe there was a limiting belief that you are not complete if you don't birth a baby. And I reminded you that this is your baby, and you named it You Are Complete, and that is accurate and the truth of who you are. You are complete.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am complete, right? So women are complete even if you don't want to be a mom.
Absolutely. And I feel like as women, we have this beautiful opportunity to birth. So in the conscious conception workshops that I offer, I support women in whatever they're wanting to bring through. So for a lot of women, it is wanting to conceive and to become a mother and birth a baby. But for other women, it's birthing a new version of themselves, or birthing a career, or a book that they've been wanting to write forever, ever, amen, or a song that they're dying to sing, or a dance they're dying to dance. So it's really just an opportunity to come together, support each other, empower each other to fully live at our highest potential and birth whatever is meant to come through us.
And you were saying women are natural creators, and that
Absolutely.
the birthing process is not just human babies.
No.
It's literally all these different, whatever you want
Absolutely.
to birth. So what is the name of these workshops again, so these guys can know what to look for?
The one that I was just mentioning about supporting women in whatever they're being called to birth is Conscious Conception.
And you said that the last workshop you ran was 50% women that wanted to conceive babies, and 50% women that wanted to create
jobs,
whatever else
books,
they wanted to.
songs, dance, whatever it is that they were wanting to create, a deeper, more soul-to-soul connection with their partner, all types of different things.
What do you do in there? How do you help people
In
do
the
this?
conscious conception?
Yeah, I think it sounds interesting.
We do a lot of stuff. I mean, we do a lot of what I offer in the new moon and full moon. I feel like any opportunity I get to put women or gather women in a circle, I always bring forward some type of intention. I think living an intentional life really is living a conscious life, which is really not even about being spiritual. It's just about choosing to be mindful and awake. And so in the workshop, we really talk about whatever it is that is wanting to be conceived and then birthed. And as you know, You Are Complete went through a conception and went through its own pregnancy and has been birthed, and now you're mothering this baby of keeping it alive and keeping it fed and nourished, and then it's nourishing you. And so it's this really beautiful full circle of how we get to bring and manifest these things in our lives. And what I feel that when most women are struggling is that they either don't have the guidance or they're not trusting what it is inside that they're really deep down wanting to be putting out into the world. And so the Conscious Conception Circle really allows for support and for empowerment to just go for it with a lot of love.
And you've seen manifesting.
Oh yes.
That has like just like blown your mind, because I feel like the women that I surround myself with that are intentional, you included with Now Women's Space, I mean, it's really powerful. It's like,
it is.
What are some, I don't know, some of the magical moments that have really blown you away recently?
Well, I feel like that one of the things I love the most about being in the circles is having the women come back and share what has manifested for them is so powerful, where they're just like, I had no idea how it was going to unfold, or I manifested it. It didn't look the way that I thought it was going to, but I can't believe that it did actually manifest. And even last night on Instagram, I crossed someone's feed who had come to the circle, and her book is totally blowing up, and she's getting this opportunity to travel all over the world.
I got goosebumps on that one.
Yeah,
Wow.
It was so incredible. And I have had women call and find out that they are pregnant and soon to be having their baby after the circle, and that was manifested.
Wow.
Absolutely, just so many different ways in which and then how beautiful to then be in circle and honor each other when these things do manifest, which I feel is also really important, to not only focus on the things that we need to let go so our intentions can manifest, but then to celebrate each other when they do. Really important.
So important. It is really incredible, and I feel like the circles that I've gone to see the same women come back and say that, it just creates so much inspiration to like keep going, and that faith, that faith of like, it's going to happen in the time that it's meant to happen. Like, it's going to happen in the time it's meant to happen, and I know it's possible because I see this happening for this person. Because even though I've had incredible manifestations in my life, right, we forget. It's like my brain is a full-time forgetter, you know? So to just every month to have that opportunity to share and to see other women who are like, I did this, I did that. And you know what I love about it too is, you know, I think that there's a lot of messages for women about competition, and I think that's also part of what makes it hard for us to maybe own our full potential, because we don't want to be scrutinized by other people, including our own sisters. And I love the love and support. You've created such a space for love and support, and there's none of that like weird energy that you know we might have felt as, you know, girls growing up. And
absolutely, I know
whatever.
I did growing up. I went through a lot of that growing up.
Well, you were stunningly beautiful inside and out. You were a fashion model, right? Before this birth of your
of my new life.
Your new life.
Yes, I definitely went through a lot of that. I think it's really important that we support women and not buy into that old paradigm of the competition and also going back to what you were saying about shining our light, and how some of us or some women feel that, oh, well, I can't shine too big, or that might hurt someone's feelings, or that may, you know, someone might be jealous, or this, that, and the other. But Marianne Williams said, I'm going to paraphrase right now because it's a long quote. Do you know it?
Yes!
It is the best. It's like, who are we not to shine our light?
Yes!
It is not of service to anyone for us to not shine our light.
Crazy. Goosebumps. We're not afraid of our darkness. We are afraid of our light, and who are you not to shine as a child of God? And that by you shining, you give other people permission to shine.
That's right.
But it takes courage, right?
Oh yeah, a lot of courage. Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you do on a daily basis to like just keep having the courage to show up and shine like you do?
Contrary action, a lot of contrary action.
This I understand, this concept. Oh my
Contrary action, a lot of meditation, and I feel like this journey for me has really given me an opportunity to line up with my higher power. So I feel fully supported and just trusting the process. And I feel like that I've done this work over time enough now where I've had enough examples to refer back to. So whenever I do get into a place of questioning or fear, or I'm able to go, okay, let me just take a moment here and pause, which is one of my favorite tools, by the way, is just pause and let me ride this feeling back. When do I remember feeling like this? Oh yeah, with that thing. And then it kind of went like this, and then it kind of went like that, and then it actually manifested and everything was okay. So I feel I have enough reference point now to go back to of just deepening, like you were talking about, the faith and trusting the process, and knowing that I feel when we really are on our divine path, it's just constantly coming back to that, constantly coming back to our center, and constantly coming back to the truth of who we are and what we're being called to do.
Beautifully said. And so you're being called to do a new project, Women's Space, that hopefully today's January 27th when we're gonna air this for the new moon, it will be open already, right?
Yes, that's the intention, is for us to be holding space that day for the new moon, which will be for me a celebration of a manifestation that I've been repeatedly putting on my sheet month after month after month, because not all of our new moon manifestations manifest within the month. So I have been in the practice of continually putting it on my sheet and in my writing and in my prayers, and it is finally manifested, and we will be celebrating major big time in that circle.
I am putting it in my calendar that I will be there on January 27th, because this episode's going to come out. We're going to have the new moon circle, celebrate. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I just realized it's a Friday night. I can do it.
Exactly. And it's also, it's like with the new year, I mean, for me, that is going to feel like January 1st that night, having it be the new moon and using that energy and really celebrating and starting off with a new beginning. Really will be a new beginning for Women's Space, and talk about birth. I mean, this has been my baby, and so that will basically be its birthday of celebration that day. So
Women's Space birthday. Now if people want to join in the new moon circles and the full moon circles and the conscious conception and all the work that you do, and you do one-on-one coaching, and you're a doula, how do people get in touch with you? What should they do?
Well, they can go to the website, so WMNspace.com.
And all of these links are going to put them in the show notes.
Yep. And you can go there and you can sign up to be on the mailing list. And I keep everyone updated through the mailing list with all the workshops and events and all the happenings and gatherings and offerings that will be available at Women's Space.
And will you tell them what the purpose is of Women's Space? Because it's worded so beautifully.
So the intention of Women's Space is a conscious space for women to gather in service to their own healing.
You serviced my healing today so much. I knew there was a reason that this timing like just synced up, and when I was driving here I knew like the whole thing that I had been unable to sort of figure out, you just helped me so much. I feel really at peace.
I'm so happy I could be of service.
I do. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Should we say, let's say bye? All right. Beautiful people. We love you. You are complete. You are whole. You are miraculous. Paula, thank you.
Thank you.
Be in touch with Paula. Do yourself a favor. Hey, are men allowed at the circles? No.
I will be having men come that are supporting their partners in birth. But really, this isn't about leaving the men out. So I absolutely want to give a shout out to my husband and all the men who are behind the scenes, working for Women's Space, on Women's Space, all the hands
Supporting
that have been support, absolutely. All the men, all the papas, all the partners, everyone who supports women so they can come to Women's Space and get the support and self-care that they need. And this space is a sacred space for women.
Beautiful. I love the clarity. The clarity that you've been
Yes.
given is really, it's so, it just like I feel it. It's like you've been channeled and this is your work.
And as I say that, it is a space for women who identify as women. So it's definitely open to other communities that identify themselves as women.
Beautiful.
So, absolutely.
We'll see you next Friday. Thanks so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.